What's this?
Hello there, people.
Hero has left.
I'm playing Heroes of the Storm in solo queue, where faith in human intelligence and empathy is put to the ultimate test. Here, however, I am the one being tested most of all, as I am playing a very support-oriented character. First things first, I have perfected a public service announcement that I deliver to any group I happen to become part of. The effectiveness of this solution is as of yet unknown, but it makes me feel better knowing that I have tried to instill an atmosphere of reasonable cooperation. Playing as a support is challenging. It makes people depend on you, it also makes you depend on them. You are usually not the one to make plays, but the one to sustain them. This usually means healing teammates, but not as much so in this case. My hero, Brightwing, does emit a healing aura around her every so often, but her skills are mostly built around the idea of being disruptive, harassing opponents. Brightwing, in other words, is meant to be annoying. As you have seen, the two Illidan's met in the middle of the map and quickly parted ways. They are controlled by AI, which is an unfortunate result of disconnects which naturally occur once in a while. Don't worry, I wouldn't have shown you an uneven match. There's no glory in such a victory. Both the stragglers are now back in the game. Let me give you the skinny on the map. We're currently on Cursed Hollow, which has 3 lanes, top, middle and bottom. As usually is the case, minions go down these lanes, but the map's claim to originality lies in the jungle. There are a few locations scattered around the map where tributes periodically spawn. Every 3 tributes together, the enemy team gets cursed. While cursed, the team's defensive structures don't fire and minions are brought down to a single hit point. An excellent moment for the opposing team to strike. Now that you know where we are, let me tell you who I am. I'm playing as the fairy dragon Brightwing. My basic attacks are ranged and I annoy my opponents greatly with my Q, Arcane Flare, which deals damage in an area significantly more in the very center. My W is Polymorph. It transforms people into innocent woodland creatures, incapable of attacking nor using any abilities. My E is Pixie Dust. It increases the movement speed of its target and makes the first 2 basic attacks of opponents get blocked, cutting the received damage by half. I'll get my ultimate in due time. Right now, I'd like to focus your attention on the precise amount of ass I'm kicking alongside Sergeant Hammer, her trusty siege tank. She can outrange the tower, and I can dissuade anyone from closing the distance in order to attack her. We've already brought down our lane opponents incredibly low, forcing them to yield, fall back in order to heal. Apparently not Illidan, who chose to heroically dash into his own demise. This makes things a lot easier for us, since he will need to wait, respawn and finally get back over here. Meanwhile, we can assail the towers with relative impunity. In the bottom lane, our Illidan alongside Stitches is finding back Muradin and Zagara. Our own Muradin in top lane seems to be alone. This explains the ding you've just heard. A camp has been conquered by whomever would have otherwise been defending the top lane. Illidan and Tassadar are trying to push us back. I'm trying to bait Illidan into overextending. He has realized his folly only once he got hit by tower fire. Unfortunately for him, Muradin was already on his way down to help with the tribute. With the additional body block by our very own Illidan, we take the enemy betrayer down. I would have polymorphed him, but I've ran out of mana, so I need to be a bit more frugal about spending it. Alright, the tribute! We got distracted a little. Fortunately, I can phase shift to any ally from time to time. This is my mobility ability, a very handy one for bouncing around the map to the place where you'll need it the most at the time. They are very disorganized and indecisive, which is why we have smacked this poor Sonya down so hard. What could she have possibly accomplished alone against 4 people? Same here, what the hell, Muradin? Go home, you're drunk. Drunk and belligerent. Tassadar falls as well. This seems to be the perfect opportunity to take the enemy golem. Guys, golem? Come on. Golem? Golem? Fine, be that way. As it currently stands, the middle and top lanes are completely naked. This is undesirable not only due to the threat it poses to our forts, but also because of all the experience we're not receiving from dying minions. Here's Illidan again. Boy, does he get picked on. There doesn't seem to be a way for him to get away, and yet he has found one. Sweeping strike allows him to slide away. Tassadar's shield gives him the much needed protection in order to live through that. Being chased by Sonya has taken its toll on me, and I failed to shield our Illidan in the heat of battle, causing him to die. Now we have to run away with unnecessary losses. the enemy Tassadal is doing a commendable job of saving his buddies. As for me, in hindsight, if I had cast Pixie Dust on Sergeant Hamel the moment I had enough mana, she might have dodged that final Baneling. Illidan insists that we try our luck again, re-engage our foes. I think that's a very dangerous idea, but I will phase shift to him in order to help. Conquering the watchtower reveals 4 opponents nearby. We need to get to safety. I'm out of mana, on my cooldowns, we need to leave. Falling back is in our best interest for many reasons. One of them is that it can cause them to pursue and overcommit. Luring people into towers and then turning around to kill them can be satisfying, but people are usually smarter than that. That Illidan is slippery as hell! We got Zagara, and Tassadal walked into our minions and tower in the bottom lane. Had we paid enough attention, we'd know that the Illidan there doesn't have anywhere to run but our way, forcing him to either stay down there and try to harvestone home, or try to slip away unnoticed later on. Fortunately, our Illidan caught wind of that and will put an end to his doppelganger. Meanwhile, the rest of us is busy trying to gather the tribute. It's also the easiest way to lure opponents into bad engagements. Sonia stopped running away, turned around and tried to disrupt me. Little did she know, I cared more about her coming back than getting the tribute that very second. Meriden shares her fate, ultimately resulting in us not only getting the tribute but 2 kills on top of that. It would have been better for them to just give it away for free. Now would be the time to get a golem. It's not like the opposing team is in any position to contest that. They got the night camp on their side, which worries me. This indicates that they might be trying to get a golem of their own next. I sincerely doubt I can convince my team to contest the southern golem quickly enough, especially since we're just halfway done with the golem of our own. Let's just take the camps we have nearby for the time being. Alright. As tempting as that might be, we need to take care of the aforementioned knights, because they are currently working their way through our middle defenses. That Meriden isn't leaving alive. He got eaten by Stitches, polymorphed by me, body blocked by Illidan, not a chance in hell of getting away there. The tribute, as luck would have it, spawned just to the north of us. Meriden is already privy to that, as he's busy collecting it as we speak. Now the enemy team is cursed. My intuitions are clear, let's follow the golem. They have not destroyed it yet and it's wreaking havoc in top lane, why not support it and push our advantage? Meriden had the same idea, but we seem to be alone in this ploy. The 2 of us are currently fighting against 5 people. That's rarely a good idea. Why the rest of our team has not chosen to join us is beyond me, so I asked them for assistance. Unfortunately, this results in Meriden stepping too far into enemy territory. Just as I conclude that I'd better join everyone else in bottom lane. Sucks for Meriden, as he suddenly finds himself marooned top, with little hope of getting away from everyone there. Sergeant Hammer deals the last few blows to the middle fold before heading south to join us. We have already done an outstanding job. We've demolished 3 forts against none and are still 3 levels ahead in spite of losing Meriden needlessly. The curse is over, but we've got a massive wave of minions with us. We decide to push our luck and deal some more damage. We can get the camps later. An ambush has been set for us. Devouring Maw consumes Sergeant Hammer, giving the enemy team the time they need to eliminate the rest of us. Unfortunately for them, they didn't have the numbers to do so and are now getting picked apart. One by one they will fall to our might. The plan was nice, the execution fell short. As Sonia begins the engagement once again, the situation is drastically different. It's no longer 3 of us against 5 of them, it's 5 of us against 4 of them. With Devouring Maw they had the chance to turn the tide, but have failed to capitalize. I shield Illidan at just the right time, allowing him to survive and regenerate health using basic attacks. Oh, my ultimate is also of help here. It has a fairly low cooldown and allows me to teleport a short distance to a given ally, healing him a decent amount. We will get this fight with ease. I don't care that Illidan turns into a demon. I will turn him into a squirrel. Have fun being that instead. Regardless, we should probably head back. We've overstayed our welcome and I'm out of mana at this point. I'm not saying we shouldn't kill Illidan as we're leaving, because we totally should. I need to shield Illidan! I need to shield Damn it, I still had it on cooldown. I have failed this noble dwarf once again. Due to his sacrifice, however, we have been able to achieve a triple kill, with the 4th guy dying shortly afterwards. I'm a hero of the storm, by the way. 20 takedowns without dying. We should head back and get the tribute. Anyway, this game is brilliant in its design. What are these takedowns? What have I been just complimented on? I have managed to stay alive and help the team kill people. That's the most core skill any MOBA player should have. Not dying, helping others. It looks like our enemies have decided to strike while we are split up for whatever reason. Fortunately, everyone on my team notices and immediately regroups with Stitches and me. Oh, no, 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 I'm not a tank! I shouldn't tank! I need to shield myself, but now I'm safely behind Sergeant Hammer, watching the battle from a distance. Phew. I should probably activate my hero ability talent thingy, which showers everyone nearby with health, but since I plan on going back right now to heal myself up, I decide against it. The great thing about Brightwing is that after getting my health and mana up to full, I can now phase shift to my team and be back in action. Admittedly, I immediately got devoured by Zagara's hungry maw alongside Stitches, but I am back. That was a completely meaningless ultimate on Zagara's part, by the way. On the other hand, it's tough to blame her. 3 of her teammates were dead and Sonya was barely back alive. Now Zagara is dead, and all 4 of us have entrenched ourselves in siege tank range. What could they possibly do to break the siege? Devouring Maw is one of the few abilities disruptive enough to pull it off. Sonya's Leap would help afterwards, but they'd have to pull off a very well coordinated attack. That is clearly not happening this game. Sonya has fearlessly charged into our team, only to get focused down mercilessly. Tassadar mostly stood idly by, not even shielding her or helping in any way. Guess what? He's dead now as well. We could get the camps, we could get the tribute, we could do many different things, but victory lies within our grasp, and there seems to be little reason not to seize it. The enemy core is in siege tank range and our foes are hopelessly outnumbered. They have given up on further defense, not willing to lose their lives in a fight they couldn't possibly win. Before this video is over, let me have a look at the skull screen. 28 takedowns, 0 deaths, 2 tributes captured. Top results across the board, just the way I like it. Bye guys.